This is the Male Rights Activist Podcast, episode 62, where we focus on relationships, sports, and pop culture from a man's point of view. First of all, we want to thank our new listeners, our OGs, every one of them. Thank you for hanging with the fellas.
What up?
On today's show, Cam Newton's brother is leaving Howard.
Ah, man, I liked, what's his name, Newton.
Wendy Williams has a pay her ex $250,000 so he can get a new crib.
He should ask for a new car, too.
Amy Schumer is headed back to work after only 3 months. And a Dear Irby writer says his lady's best friend is in the way. All that and more right now. This is an MRA podcast with Kyle and Kamel. I am Kyle.
I am Kamel.
We're saving relationships one listener at a time. We got some feedback, homie.
Do we now?
Yes, this is a comment from Carmen Gray about Keitra Long. Said, love this chick. I like her accent, and she's keeping y'all in check. You guys should have her back soon. What do you feel?
I read the other feedback. I'm noticing the trend here.
They like the ladies.
They like the ladies. Mm-hmm. They like somebody to combat us.
Yeah.
Well, so they quote unquote check.
Yeah. This one is not from the ladies. This one's from Rod the God in AZ. Said, listen to your podcast, episode 61. Kamal stole the show. He sounded like a nigga defending a man that allegedly bought a dresser. He was on point, passionate more than usual. You know, your wife mentioned that.
What?
You're so passionate. I felt like she was deflecting when she did that shit.
Dwayne's daughter is my daughter. I've adopted her.
Yes, he said, funny moment. Kamal's talking about how whack the Hawaiian shirt trend was, and you jumped in. Like, yeah, I had one. Thank you, Rod the God in AZ. The next one is Melanie in Marysville's response. Guys, I had to write back in because you got it all wrong.
She's from the last Dear Irby.
The last Dear Irby. If you guys didn't hear, thank you for keeping me online. The last one, Vertina asked if she would write in again because you guys were saying, you made a comment saying something like, you don't like the fact that she wants romance because her friends have romance.
Well, yeah, you're trying to keep up with the Joneses.
Yeah, and basically Vertina was like, I'm going to pretend like she didn't say that. And Kamal was like, hold up, no, you don't get to pretend she didn't say it because she did. She said, guys, I had to write back in because you got it all wrong. The rubbing in my friend's face is not my primary reason for wanting romance. I need it, just like he needs sex. I hear you guys talking about that all the time. I need, all caps, romance. I'm so tired of men constantly saying what they need as if that doesn't come with the price. Nothing is free, guys. You have to give to get. This is the way of the world. I need romance. The fact that my friends all get it and constantly throw it in my face via social media just makes it worse. Yet another thing they have that I don't. You asked what I do that I struggle with. My man wants to have sex more often than I even think about. I wrote myself some Post-it notes that I leave on my desk to remind myself to remember to think sexy. It literally says RTTS. Remember to think sexy. I also put in my calendar to RTTS twice a month, shit. And for my husband, that's all he needs. Really? Also, I hate sports, but I watch the game with him every week because to me, being next to him is more important than my disdain for sports. My fear is that I'm giving and bending, literally, but it doesn't seem to lead to me getting more romance. That's why I'm scared. I feel like he will use me dry and still never think to reciprocate. To the lady who had the suggestion about the box, I loved that one. Thank you for having her on. You should have her on more often. Thank you. It worked. Well, thank you, Vertina. That's what she's talking about. We went on a romantic date to the pumpkin patch yesterday, which was Friday night. Thank you so much. Not Friday for us, Friday for her. How you feel about that, Kamal? It was a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot. Well, listen, man, like, you know, we don't have all the details and stuff like that. So we get a couple paragraphs and we go off on that stuff. I still say I was right.
Why?
Now, well, because here's the thing. She wants romance, and she says when her friends have it, that makes it worse. That makes it worse for her because her friends have it and she doesn't. Right? So my thought is, yeah, that you still keeping up with the Joneses. You're still looking over somebody else's fence. Now, about the remember to think sexy.
Yes.
You do it twice a month, and that is a chore for her. I mean, that's a chore for her.
Yes, it is.
Obviously, just those, and that's all her husband needs. So she says her husband wants sex all the time. Does that mean only twice a month he gets it? And
if it wasn't, he wants it all the time.
She says, my man wants to have sex more often than I even think about.
Yes.
So only those.
So she thinks about it 0 times a month, I'm guessing. and she's
got to force herself to think of it twice a month.
Yes, she does.
So this man's getting some ass twice a month.
Yes.
I would say if he has to reciprocate, I would say he should probably do a date once a month. 2-to-1 ratio.
Hilarious.
2-to-1 ratio. Well, because the thing about it is,
it's so funny.
Because here's the thing about the act, the remember to think sexy thing doesn't really require much, right? Just think sexy, hey baby, all that stuff. But for him, he got to plan some shit. He's got to go out. He's got to do some elaborate stuff. Leave his home, comfort, spend some money. It's like, come on, man.
Let me say it like this. I believe they both have to, unfortunately, this is one of the things I hate about relationships, but they both have to find a way to please each other. I want to applaud her for going out, because doing 2 when she's used to 0 is a major stretch, no pun intended, for her. So I appreciate for her for that. And the fact that he, that Vertina gave her suggestion that got her what she needs, that damn pumpkin patch thing, I'm cool with it. I don't know if he has to do it every week, but I tell you this, if he does it every week, maybe it will turn her on more. But there's a good chance he's going to feel like he's wasting his time too. I really like that she said she's trying the RTTS. I love that the suggestion box works. And I get what she's saying. She needs romance. So I'm pretty much cool with it, dude. When we come back, we got to save her relationship. And later on the show, we got to talk about Cam Newton's brother. He's leaving Howard University. And we're going to weigh in on that. This is the MRA Podcast. Hey, guys, I want to take this time to ask you to subscribe to The World According to Cheryl. That is Cheryl Underwood's podcast. It's hilarious, and I'm on it. It's time to save a relationship, Kamal.
Come on, man. We got to do it.
This was for Tanya, dog. That's her name, right?
Tanya, Tasha, whatever it is, man. She's responsible.
She did it.
She's responsible for a heck of a segment that we have to plan for every week.
All right. So, and for those new listeners, thank you for listening. Basically every week, because we can go in on the ladies easily on this show, which is why it's nice when we have a woman here. It's easy for us to point the finger and blame women for all of our problems, just like they do to us. So this segment is designed to inspire men and say, hey, fellas, do this for your lady.
Yes.
Do the romance box. Do this for your lady, so that you are at least doing your part, because I believe that we should do our part, not point the finger at them.
Yeah, and to underscore what you said, we can't go in on them every week.
We definitely can. It's a fun part of the show.
Yeah, that's the thing.
I love it, actually.
That's what I look forward to.
Yeah, it's when I talk to people about the show, that's what they love to hear.
I hate when I have to be fair.
I know. So we're going to be fair right quick, and then we'll go back to shitting on them. All right, guys, now it's time for the lesson of the day. This one's make time for your lady. That's the lesson of the day. Rick Warren says, how do you spell love? In his book, Purpose Driven Life. This one was good, man.
Who in the heck is Rick Warren?
This is your religious differences right now. So I wasn't clear. Purpose Driven Life is like a big time Christian book.
He's a big deal?
I think
on that side of town?
On the Christian side. Yeah. You guys over there on the Middle Eastern side.
Yeah.
We're on a different side of the Middle East. All right. Okay. Anyway, Rick Warren, he wrote a book called Purpose Driven Life. And I read it in my years ago. Mm-hmm. Right. And so one of the things he said that stuck with me that I don't necessarily do, but I know it, and I'm going to share it with the fellas, is make time for your lady. He says, how do you spell love? Time. You put time into your career, and you get an ROI, which is return on investment. Carve out time for your lady. All right, put it on your calendar, and it'll make a difference. I gave this advice to my boy, Pastor Braxton. Make an appointment, put it in the calendar. Say, this is what I'm going to do. Mm-hmm. And he does it and he works. So I'm going to tell you, schedule something, but make the time, because we don't always think about it. We always think about, our careers, because our careers will get us everything we want as a man.
Yeah.
At least that's how we feel. Could be fool's gold, but make the time for your lady. What you think, dog?
That's smart, man. Like, I'll see something, every now and again, see an event, see something like in email or something like that, like, oh man, this would be cool. Hey, let's do this. You want to do that? And really, on some real shit, I put the onus on her to figure out to make it happen.
Of course.
I sparked the idea.
And you pass it to your assistant.
Yeah. All right. Now, you'll like this, right?
Yeah. Take it and run with it.
Get us a babysitter and figure out how we going to pay for this shit. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
You can't make her do all that.
I know. So, but it works.
Hey, man. Whatever works, dog.
Yeah, it works. It works for me.
Yeah. Well,
Might not work for her.
And that's all that matters. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I would say it's definitely good advice, man. Put the stuff in the calendar. Even if it's just, I got to do something on this day.
Yeah. Make time.
Yeah, that's one thing I don't do. I'll find something and to say, hey, let's do this, and it's on this day.
Yeah.
But that's just me like running across it. Me not really like, you know what I'm saying, looking for it, not actively looking for something. It's just, I ran across the shit.
But let me tell you, I don't do this, but I know it works because it works for my friends.
You gave the advice.
I gave the advice I did not do.
And you got the feedback.
I got the feedback that I knew it worked. What I do is I just keep it in my mind, like, all right, I need to probably plan something soon, or at least time. Whatever. I know time is the most important. I don't do it, but I know it works. When we come back, man, Kamal's getting personal. He's going to tell you why he is frustrated right now with his life. And later on in the show, Wendy Williams has to give Kevin Hunter $250,000 to buy a house, and we're celebrating it.
Celebration.
Yeah, it's the MRA podcast. Can I have your attention, please? We are trying to start a movement. You heard that right. We're starting a movement. We're doing something different here at the MRA podcast. We vibing with y'all. You know what I'm saying, fellas? You know what I'm saying, ladies? It ain't just fellas that listen to the show. Matter of fact, it's a majority women, but it's all good. I know you know somebody that fits with what we try to do over here. So all we need you to do is send it to them. Tell a friend. You know what I'm saying? That somebody know how we get down here at the MRA show. It's really called the podcast, but I just wanted to rhyme no and show. Come out, it's time to go to the front page of our lives, man. This is where we get personal with the people, man. And you were telling me you've encountered some frustrations.
I have, man. First of all, let me give some quick advice to the young fellas out there, man. Young people, man. College age, high school age, fresh out. That is the time when you start pursuing your dreams. You have to pursue your dreams when you are younger. You get older, you start having kids and family and bigger responsibilities and stuff excuses. Like that. Yeah, it's harder and harder for you to go back and fulfill the dreams, and you spend your days basically trying to pay for your lifestyle now that what I'm saying, that you've generated or something like that. So if you're college age and stuff like that, or early 20s, shit, even 30s. Yeah. If you don't have kids and not too many responsibilities, man, that's your time to go ahead and try to swing for the fences, man.
But a lot of us didn't. A lot of us are grown as fuck.
I did not do that. At 23, I got married, which, still, I didn't have too many responsibilities. Just me and my ex-wife. We had a small apartment. I think we paid like $600 a month. I didn't have a car payment. I think I paid like $99 for my DirecTV bill. Yeah. And that was it. And I wanted to be responsible, so I got a teaching job, full-time teaching job, and I was, making money. Yeah. Stacking, and then we started acquiring more shit.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? I bought a house at 25. So we had to furnish the house. I started acquiring more shit. So I needed more and more money. So the money I used to stack every summer was getting smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. So I wasn't stacking there. So I was living check to check. And I needed that check. So long story short, I never really fully immersed myself into my writing. Cut to 20 years later, I'm trying to do that at 43 with 2 kids, with,
a wife and an ex-wife.
A wife, an ex-wife, a bunch of bills,
a house
student
in
loans.
Baldwin Hills.
Yeah. And now I'm trying to do it, and I do not like what my life has become. I am trying to hustle, to
side
make
job here, side job there,
man, to try to just make enough money to pay the bills while still trying to pursue my writing. But the hustles don't pay enough, so I have to do more and more and more. And I'm looking up, I'm hustling full time instead of doing what I thought I was supposed to be doing, was taking care of my writing and all of that. So, man, I'm not happy right now with my life. I'm actually embarrassed. I told my son this. I was like, dude, I'm embarrassed. I'm this old trying to, damn near start over.
That's exactly how I feel, starting all over.
But I'm starting over at some shit that I've always wanted to do, that I've been trying to do, but I just didn't go full speed.
Yeah.
So it's not like I'm switching careers or I'm switching passions. Like, all of a sudden I want to be a hairdresser. Nah, this is what I always wanted to do, but I didn't put forth the effort because I was, into the J's and and all of that stuff. I wanted to be like, I'm adult.
Yeah. So to wrap it up, I'm gonna wrap it up for you, dog.
Yeah, go ahead.
Fellas, ladies out there, if you find there's no time machine, right? So we can't go back.
I wish I could. I pray every day.
Not gonna happen. So now we gotta understand, you cannot give up, man, because if you give up now, it's just gonna hurt moving forward. You're gonna feel even more bad in 10 years.
I can't give up now. I've gone too far. I've gone past the halfway mark. I can't go back. So it's just harder and harder and harder.
Yeah, we come back, man, talking about giving up. Wendy Williams is about to give up some cash. She has to give Kevin Hunter $250,000 so he can buy a house. We're going to get into that. It's the MRA Podcast. Yo, Kamal.
What's up?
I finally finished my album, dog.
The one you did in 2013?
Yeah, man. I know, man. A long time ago, man. But I said, you know what? I'm going to finish this album. This thing is coming out. Eventually. You got to finish. You can't give up.
I can dig it. And eventually it's finally here.
Eventually it's finally arrived, man. And I was listening to it, man. This thing is funny, dude.
Okay, it's not dated. No jokes about chingy or nothing like that.
There is some dated jokes in there. Like there's a reference to, it was before Michael Sam came out. Because it was like a reference to gay athletes that came out. And I was like, wow, that's dated. Okay. But the juxt of it is everything's good.
Bruce Jenner still...
Yeah,
Caitlyn. Caitlyn?
He's Bruce. He's
Bruce.
I don't talk about him,
but he was Bruce.
Yeah, I used to have a Bruce Jenner joke. He was Bruce, and this when I recorded this. But no, it's ready, man. It's out. Okay. It's funny, man. Check it out and get it on iTunes right now. It's called "Be a Man at All Times." Come on, I don't know if I explained that Hercules from Philly has been listening to our show since the MRA Podcast TV show.
Okay.
Yeah, I called him OG, but I don't know if I didn't really explain it to the listeners. Hercules has been writing, communicating with us for a long time, so he's an OG. And he talked about how we need to give praise to Kevin Federline. Well, we got another Kevin that's out here trying to represent. This is Kevin Hunter.
Oh,
and I'm going to take another chance to say I was wrong because I thought they'd be back together by now. They're not.
Yeah.
However, she's going to have to break bread and pay him $250,000 to secure living arrangements. Kamal, I'm so happy about this.
I wish I had $250,000 to secure the rights to the Kool and the Gang song Celebration. So we can play that right now.
I'd say, fuck it. Let's just play it for a second or two. As long as we get in and out, we're fine.
Okay.
We ain't famous enough.
Yeah. But, nah, man, this is a good thing, man. She brought all the cash. Obviously, he had a job working for her show. Was he her manager as well?
He was.
So basically, this is severance package.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, not only the divorce, but also my boss fired me for some personal stuff.
Very much so.
You know what I'm saying? Not that I couldn't do my job as an EP, whatever he was doing on the show.
Doing a good job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the show was
highly rated.
Yeah, highly rated.
She worth $40 million.
Yeah, so he did a good job on that. As a matter of fact, this seems kind of small, if you ask me.
Well, we're not done yet.
Oh, this is basically just to get you a spot.
Just to get you a spot.
Get you out my house.
Get you out the house.
Okay.
Here's $250 to go. And the fact that it's even news means there's some ladies out there, we told you we was going to get back to hating. Ladies out there like, not the news. Wait a minute, he cheated. And this is not a morality clause. This is not a morality clause. This is how it is. Y'all been talking about half for years, since Eddie Murphy, half Eddie.
Yeah.
Y'all was happy about that. Y'all was cheering for Johnny Carson's wife getting all this dough and she ain't wrote damn one joke.
Yeah.
But now all of a sudden, Wendy Williams is being done dirty because she got to pay this dude $250. Let me tell you something. Wendy Williams is worth $40 million. That means Kevin Hunter is worth $20 million.
Yeah. Sounds about right.
All 20 of that
Sounds
million.
about right. Here's the crazy thing about it. It's starting to get it's starting to balance out a little bit now. But back in the day, I was watching this movie, man. It's called Stan and Ollie. It was about Laurel and Hardy, the fat and skinny dude.
Of course.
The comedy duo. And it was about them, like, as they transitioned into, like, in their later years.
Yeah.
They were pretty much washed up, and they were trying to do a tour in Europe and all that stuff. But they were big-time Hollywood stars.
Yeah.
Generated millions of dollars for these studios. And the brains of it, Stan Laurel, he was the brains. He came up with all the bits, wrote the stuff. He was broke at like 70 because he had 3 ex-wives. This man had generated so much money, was broke, was have to take a European tour, not retiring. You know what I'm saying?
That's fucked up.
He was broke.
Here's what's fucked up. All you had to say is he has 3 ex-wives, and I understand why he's broke. You didn't tell me they robbed him. You didn't tell me what they got. But I'm like, oh yeah, they got the money. He got nothing.
How? It used to be terrible. So with Johnny Carson and all that shit, like much worse.
Yeah.
Now I think it's getting more fair.
Yeah.
But still, it's still around 70-30.
Yeah. You know how mad women would be if there was countless women superstars that were broke as hell because they had to pay a man who's out there just living on their money. Women would be just beside themselves
in their bathrobe.
He's just chilling. He isn't doing anything. He's just spending her money.
Laying out by the pool with a martini in a bath with
another bitch.
Yeah,
just chilling on your money.
Chilling.
You would be livid.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God. That's why I'm glad it's happening. This is the only thing that's going to make you change.
This is the silver lining.
Absolutely, man. And we come back. We got to talk about Amy Schumer, man. She's headed back to work after only 3 months after she had a baby. We're going to get into that. And Cam Newton's brother left Howard. Not only that, a Dear Irby writer's girlfriend's best friend is hating on him. Does she like him? We're going to get into all of that coming soon. It's the MRA Podcast.
Hey, what's up, man? I just had to take a time away from the podcast to let you know. If you want an MRA hat, you can get you one. You know why? Because we got them for sale. 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 You can get you one in red, blue, black, whatever you want. Just go to the website, themrapodcast.com. That is themrapodcast.com and get you one.
Come on, speaking of women making a whole lot of money, Amy Schumer put out a Netflix special where she was pregnant. We talked about it on the show. And she had the baby in there. Now the baby's out, baby boy, beautiful little kid. And now she's going back to work after only 3 months. I'm going to say only because it's really hard for a woman to have separation from her kid, right? But the good news for Amy Schumer is she's a stand-up comic.
Right.
So the baby can literally be with her while she's writing. The baby can literally be with her while backstage, and I'll be back in an hour.
Yeah, I was going to say that it's not like she works for a soap opera.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or a sitcom where she's away from the house 8 hours, or a teacher. When I was teaching one of my colleagues, she just had a baby, and she was dead real. She was talking to me. She said, I'm going to go see if... she's going to talk to the principal and ask her, can she work from home?
As a teacher?
Yeah. I mean, she only had one class. She was some type of a coach.
Okay.
But I was like, that shit ain't going to fly.
No.
Like, you can try, but because it was her first baby.
Yeah.
And she was basically, she was back at work, but she was missing her baby. And so she's got to leave the house probably 6:37. She's not getting. We got off at 3:45. We can't leave to 4, so she's not getting home to 4:35.
That's tough, man. That's
right.
Tough.
So Amy Schumer has the luxury of not having to be that much, that long a time away from her kid. But I mean, I applaud her, man. You know what I'm saying? Get out there, get back to work, go to the clubs, look at other people's shit to steal, and.
Hilarious.
That's probably why it's not hard for 3 months. I'm missing a lot of shit.
That's fucked up.
I could have put in my act.
Amy Schumer said, it felt good to be back at work. I was so worried about it, and I was so afraid to go back after he was 3 months old. A couple of days I've cried for missing him, but it's mostly good to be back, and the breaks energized me to be a better mom and appreciate our time even more. I have it a lot easier than many people, but I want to share my experience. And let me tell you what I see right here, man. It feels like she's justifying her leaving. She's like, it's like she's saying, me leaving is going to make me a better mom, guys. So don't hate on me. I'm going to be even better mom by stepping away. That's like a dude saying, hey, me having sex with these other women is going to make me a better husband because it makes me miss you when I have sex with other women. I've had that thought before.
Yeah, and see, honestly, man, this is what I don't like about like the 2019 culture. She has to justify to others because some people might say some shit. So let me reassure you guys who will never meet my son.
Never. In my shoes. You don't know shit about what I'm doing. I have to
reassure you guys, everything's fine. This is making me a better mom. And then I think about it, honestly, it's more than her being a stand-up. I'm sure she's got a production company, so she's going to the office, reading scripts, developing stuff, taking meetings. So it's not just her going to the comedy club. She's evolved past
Ali
that.
Wong. Ali Wong is just putting out stand-up specials, really good ones, by the way. And she's more of a stand. But you know what? No, I'm wrong because Ali Wong, she was a staff writer. I think she was a writer on Fresh Off the Boat. That's an all-day job. And I'm pretty sure she did all that while she was pregnant. She was on the show American Housewife. She's got some new projects right now, all while being a mom. So that's a bad example. Let me not look like I'm dissing Ali Wong. Plus, that's my secret Boonopolis right there. So yeah, no, not Ali Wong, but you know what I mean. She's not she's not the female comedian that's just putting out special after special after special without doing other projects. That's not Amy Schumer's gig.
Yeah.
But we know that Amy Schumer puts out #1 films.
Yeah, so she's going to an office.
Yes.
Yeah, she's going to an office. So I apologize about that, for that shot. But I do not apologize about her stealing stuff.
She said, I'm feeling strong and good, like I'm still a human being with interests and ambitions and goals. And I'm excited to reach. Once again, it feels like there's that thing that like, I still have some things for me. I have wishes. Now, there's a part of me, the guy part of me that's like, I'm going to need that baby on your titty. And I'm going to need you to stay your ass at home till the baby's a little older. That's the masculine MRA side of me. Then the other side that grew up with a single mom. So it's like, yeah, I understand. Mom's got to handle her business too.
Well, I'll say this. The masculine side of me might think that, but if she's bringing home the bacon,
as she is,
I need you to get back out there and tell them jokes.
Hilarious. But residually, and I hate when people do what I'm about to do. Residually, they may be able to survive on what she's already done. But she says, I am still a human being with interests and ambitions, and I'm excited to reach these goals. So that just shows she's not necessarily going to give all of her life to that child, which is selfishly, I would want her to do. Like, I don't give a fuck about your ambitions and goals. Like, what's the name? Steph Curry's wife. I don't give a fuck about your ambitions and goals. I care about these kids. I mean, because if you just think back to the caveman days, right? The reason why men are attracted to women is all about their kids. They look at titties like, okay, my kids can drink those. They look at beauty like, okay, she got good genes. Everything in our mind, even the fact that we want to have sex with all these women, it's our okay man brain. It's like, yeah, I want to make babies. Like we are designed to make a lot of babies, even though our logic says, hey man, that ain't the best thing in 2019. Our biological design is you're here to make babies with me, and I want you to make sure my baby's healthy, which is, like I said, big breast, good, healthy for my baby, good. That's a lot of milk for my baby. And so the caveman in me is like, I don't care about your interests or your goals. It takes the evolved side of my brain to be like, yeah, dude, she has interests and goals that she needs to not give up on, and she can afford nannies and stuff like that, and she can bring the baby with her because she's the boss. Yeah.
I think my lineage of cavemen, I think my caveman ancestors was pulling out. I'm not into babies like that.
You're into babies like that.
You know what I'm saying? But nah, man, I think that, honestly, for her, it's good. Here's the thing, man.
Go ahead.
It's her own fucking business if she wants to spend 3 months, 5 months, a year. Like, she shouldn't have to tell us.
I hate that.
Yeah, man.
I hate that. Like, I hate that I can feel her insecurity through her posts.
It's like, damn, dude. And I'm not even a big fan of this chick, but like, I feel she felt she had to say something to keep like the Twitter mob off her ass.
Yes.
Like, I can't believe she's going back so soon.
You know what's funny
like, motherfuckers don't have kids.
I know. You know what's funny is you would think with the feminist movement going on that she would be shielded from this kind of hate, but she's going to get that from men and women.
Well, here's the thing about it. I realize this, man. You can't please everybody.
No,
so basically, the feminists are gonna give her the blues, right? If she stays home.
Yeah.
To be with her.
Oh my God, yes.
They're going to give her the blues.
Yes, I'm going to give her a standing ovation.
Right.
And the feminists are going to hate that
Right.
you're making it harder on me.
And then when she goes back to
Hard
work,
on them.
the woke millennials
Yes.
are going to give her the blues. So she's going to get the blues regardless.
Yes.
If you're going to get criticized from either or,
Might
I
as
say
well
do
do what
whatever,
you want.
do whatever makes you happy.
Exactly. I heard a quote from my dad gave me a quote from my grandfather. He said, if you're going to make a mistake, make your own mistake. Don't let nobody else make a mistake for you. That's how I feel about Amy Schumer. Do it your way. They're going to hate anyway, so might as well do it your way. When we come back.
Hold on, man. Hold on.
What's up?
You were just talking about Ali Wong, right?
Yeah.
Well, just now, Chrissy Teigen tweeted a picture of Ali Wong seated on John Legend's lap. Mm-hmm. Chrissy Teigen sitting next to him, and it says "Happy Cheating Season" at Ali Wong. I mean, she's joking. They're all smiling and stuff like that. I say John Legend looks a little awkward. Like,
Fuck it.
Yeah.
My dick would be so fucking hard.
Well, see, I'm peeping the picture out. He's lifting her legs
So
off that
she's
swipe.
not on the swipe. Man, I would, because I find Ali Wong extremely attractive.
Yeah.
I love her comedy.
Yeah.
And I would be.
If your girl was like, it's cheating season, and she went out and found.
Why not? John Legend is a good guy. He's like the Me Too. He even came out against R. Kelly, which I didn't like. But whatever, you got to do what you got to do, bro. I mean, if he's not a good husband, he's the best husband imaginable. He's singing songs.
Yeah,
he's always
socially conscious. Yeah,
dog. If anybody deserves some side ass, it's John Legend.
Yeah, if there was cheating season, and that was the thing, you have to go out.
Yes.
Your mate had to go out and find you.
Oh, that's what it should be.
Yeah,
Of
like,
course, they're going to say, you going to find one for me? Stop
absolutely
being nasty.
not.
You're nasty.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that.
No, I wouldn't. Whatever. I'd have to work on that part of my mind. But yeah, man, I feel like ladies, man, you know what he want. Why would you deny this brother, man? I'm just saying, if you love him, you know what I mean? You claim you love him. If you really love him.
If you really loved him.
Why don't you give him something when he wants? All right, when we come back, man, Tyler Perry opened up a new backlot. He's killing the game. Guys, we've been talking about what come out, opened up to his shortcomings and how he feels, and I'm definitely feeling mine as well. We're going to get into how it makes us feel to see Tyler Perry killing it. This MRA podcast. Are you yelling at your radio right now? You know, what the hell you saying? You wrong, Kyle.
You wrong, Kamal.
Yeah. Or right. That's what I'm talking about.
Word.
Yeah. Hey, then tweet us. Stop what you're doing unless you're driving. Stop what you're doing. Hit us right now. Respond to us. You know, just talk to us right now.
Let us know how you feel.
I'm at Kyle Irby.
I'm at Angry Kamal.
Or you can hit us both at the MRA Podcast and let your voice be heard.
Yeah, man.
You know, so we'll read it.
We might even respond.
And you just might hear it on the show.
Yeah, man. Be a celebrity for a day.
Yeah, so man, just stop what you're doing. Hit us up, man. You'll get a response.
Yes, sir.
Kamal, when I think of Tyler Perry, I think of you, and no jokes here. I know that sound like the jokes are coming, but the reason why is because you started off with stage plays, and you started off with stage plays, and Tyler Perry was broke,
yeah,
and grown and broke,
yeah.
But he bet on himself. Homeless. I know you can't be homeless because you got kids, but just he did it, and he has hit it out the park better than any black filmmaker I've ever seen. To the point where his new backlot has different stages named after different black film stars or filmmakers.
Yeah.
Does he have Spike Lee on there? Yep, he does.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he does. Oh, yeah, and that's crazy because remember Spike Lee dissed him, said his stuff was coonery and buffoonery. Way to take the high road, Tyler.
I didn't see all of it, man. I didn't see all of it because I started, my trek.
You started crying?
Nah. I had to get over here, man.
Yeah.
I saw different neighborhoods and stuff like that. Look, man, it's definitely inspirational, man. That was always a dream of mine to have my own studio.
Wow, I didn't know
before DreamWorks, not before Steven Spielberg, it was like I wanted my own studio, like the old days of those were individual studios.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The Warner Brothers, it was a motherfucker named Jack Warner.
Yeah, two brothers. They were the Warner Brothers.
Yeah, MGM,
Metro.
Goldwyn and Meyer,
Yeah.
Louis B. Meyer. It was motherfuckers who actually owned those studios.
Yeah.
Right? So I always wanted my own studio, and to see Tyler Perry have that is definitely inspirational. It's no secret I'm not a big fan of his work, but I'm a big fan of his hustle, his
whatever. We all know what it means.
Right. I'm a big fan of that, man. And his vision. Yeah, I mean, like you said, he went from stage plays. I mean, he was homeless at one point, and low key, I kind of want to do homeless. I probably need to hit rock bottom and leave my house. Go get me a tent. Anybody?
I'll be back.
Anybody
I'll
know
be
how to
back.
put your tent on the concrete?
Yeah, I know.
Let
You're
me
in
know.
LA. It's a perfect place to be homeless.
But nah, man. I mean, hats off to him. If I'm in Atlanta, hopefully I'm in Atlanta within the next year, man. I'd like to visit it, tour it, and stuff like that, man. Support it.
Yeah.
And definitely, if I get to a point where I'm making a movie at some point, I'd like to do it at Tyler Perry Studios.
Man, I love the fact that he kept it real. He kept it black. He didn't try to apologize and sprinkle some others in it. No, everybody else gets to keep it, represent for their people. No, he did. He kept it black, and I love that shit. Samuel Jackson was being interviewed by a sister on the purple carpet. I don't know why it's purple, but whatever. For this big opening, and he said, "I hope this place, Tyler Perry Studios, becomes as big as Warner Brothers, Fox, and all those other places." And until he said, I never, even like right now, you just said Jack Warner. I never realized that those were just studios opened by people. These weren't big conglomerate corporations.
It was before all of that, yeah.
Yeah. So, man, it's so exciting, man. If you haven't seen Earthquake on his Facebook, he basically has some lady that has a tour of it. But on his Facebook page, there's a video of Tyler Perry, his new studio. And when I tell you, man, he has a replica of the White House. And I ain't talking about the front. It's a house.
Yeah, it's massive.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a replica.
Yeah.
So they didn't cheat it. They built the goddamn White House.
On his property.
Obviously, it's probably not as deep.
It isn't. It's not the exact size.
Yeah.
But the thing is, if you want to shoot not shoot the White House, but shoot film of the White House, you can go to Tyler Perry's studio. If you have a show, a movie.
Which he does.
He does.
He has a show. And that's the thing about it, man. And that's one thing that I've always tried to do. We talked about when I was teaching, I was stacking the dough. I was taking that dough and funding my projects and stuff like that. And so Tyler Perry's like,
used to have all the bells and whistles come out.
Lunch and stuff like that. Yeah, man. It's
This
just,
nigga fell off.
but no, Tyler Perry has a show about a president and first family.
Yeah.
So what did he do? He built his own White House.
Why not?
Right.
Yeah.
I got the room. I got the space.
Yeah. He's got Medea's house there.
Yeah,
on the back lot.
And so, man, honestly, dude, this is big. This is not as big as Obama for us, but this
it's huge,
is
man.
This is
it's huge.
This is a close second.
Wow.
Not a close second. It's a second.
He's up there, man.
Yeah.
It's huge. And it just lets people know, like us, it can be done. And it reminds us not to give up, because Tyler Perry didn't do what you were saying, start when you're young and blah, blah, blah. He was older when he did it.
Yeah.
And it's possible, man. You cannot give up, man. You got to keep trying. We come back, we're going to talk about somebody who apparently gave up. He's leaving Howard. Cam Newton's little brother. He's leaving Howard. And I'm going to be honest with you, man. When I first read the article, my cousin Maisha sent it. I told you she'd be producing from Brooklyn. When I first read the article, I was mad at him. But then I had to do a little research. I had to call some of my sources that went to Howard that are connected with the football team. And I have a whole new perspective. We're going to talk about that when we come back. This is the MRA Podcast. Hey, come on, we got listeners all over the world now, man.
Yep.
And I was wondering, man, I wonder what the people do while they're listening to our show. I know we got a guy in the Navy who's in Spain. He listens. We got a lady that drives a Lyft. She listens while she's driving her Lyft and has her customers listen too, which is absolutely hilarious. Cat in Brooklyn listens while he delivers some fish. Okay. We want to know from other people, man, how do you listen to our show? What are you doing? Hit us up on the social media. I'm at Kyle Irby.
I am at Angry Kamau.
And let us know what you're doing when you listen to our show. Kamau, what are you doing when you listen to the show?
Man, I'm usually chilling, man. I take the train to get my son from school.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, man. So I get the headphones on and I listen to it front and back. The problem is I'm coming back. He wants to talk. I'm trying to listen. So I have to, try to act like I'm paying attention to him. I'm really listening to my words of wisdom.
That's good, man. Yeah. Pretend like you're listening to your son while you're listening to the podcast. That's one way to do it. I usually listen to while I'm cleaning the house, man. I picked... Well, go ahead.
Domestic work?
Yeah, man. Oh, come on, dude. I wish I didn't have domestic work, but yeah, man. I usually listen to if I'm washing the dishes or folding laundry. I listen to any kind of thing that I don't have to think.
Yeah.
And I just get to listen.
But I want to know what are the people listening? What are y'all doing? Let us know.
Cam Newton's little brother. His name is Kalen. Kalen Newton. He played at Howard. Now, this dude. Now, let me just say, we are Howard University apologists around here.
Yeah.
I know 10 people, friends and family that went to Howard, including you and your wife. I didn't go to Howard. I went to Southern University, Baton Rouge, Louisiana, but we definitely bleed bison around this podcast.
Yeah.
But back to Kalen Newton. He balled at Howard. He's played 3 seasons at Howard, if I'm not mistaken. He's 17, 18, and this was his 3rd year.
Okay.
Now, this is how the NCAA works. As soon as you have 12 units in September, let's just say September 15th, as soon as you have 12 units that day, your clock starts. So if you're a student, you don't have to be a student athlete. If you have 12 units on September 15th, whatever year you start, you have 5 years to play. You get 4 on the field, you get a red shirt. And if you get hurt, you get what's called a medical red shirt.
Yeah.
So a red shirt means, we talked about last week where the ladies wear the permanent red jersey. That means you're just practicing in a red jersey. You're practicing pretending to be the other team. You never see the field. All right. That's also known as scout team. I did both of those. So you wear that red shirt. You don't play. That means that doesn't count against your years on the field. You get 4 on the field to play. But they have a new thing that says if you play 4 games in the season, you can steal red shirt, which is brand new. When I was playing, that was not the case. I remember the Bayou Classic was the end of the year. I played at Southern, and I remember my first year there, I was redshirting, and I almost played in the Bayou Classic, and I was like, no, that would have been my whole year if I played 1 down. It would have took my whole year.
Okay.
So, but now you can play 4 games, and so after Cam Newton played 3 games, he sat out the 4th game.
Kalen.
I keep saying, thank you. Catch me because I'm gonna mess that up. He sat out the 4th game, and now he's saying he's transferring. He is leaving Howard. And I was very disappointed about that, Kamal, because we talked about on this show, on the MRA podcast, and we talked about this on Shirley Underwood Radio as well, how important it is for these young black athletes to go to HBCUs so that HBCUs can get, because let me say it like this. If you go to Tuscaloosa, Alabama, there's a college called Stillman College. That is a black college in Tuscaloosa. Tuscaloosa is also the city where the University of Alabama is. Mm-hmm. Stillman, their football field seats about 27. That's what the bleachers look like. It looks like Frisbee Junior High's bleachers for their college football field. In the same city, these same brothers that could have
100,000
100,000
people stadium.
Yeah, Stillman got 100 people stadium, and you go down the street to the University of Alabama, and it's 100,000 seater, give or take, whatever, multi-million-dollar program. And these brothers could have played either one they want. Now, of course, why would you play at Stillman? But eventually, if enough brothers played at Stillman and colleges like that, the money will come up.
See, it's not the money. I think it's the TV. It's the exposure. And so you probably would have a better time at a black college, but nobody will ever see you. And here's the thing about it. You can still get drafted.
You can get drafted.
You can get drafted. Howard's quarterback got drafted. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I think Jay Walker, my freshman year.
Yeah, Jay, that's my cousin's guy.
Okay.
Yeah, Skywalker.
Yes, Jay Skywalker. Mm-hmm. But it's like the 5th and 6th round and stuff like that. Damn, what was the guy's name? Man, he played for the Rams. He was
plenty of guys.
Yeah,
he was
like
from Howard,
like a safety.
Yeah, Aeneas Williams from Southern. He's Hall of Fame in the NFL.
Yeah, and so it's like you can get drafted, but you're not going number 1.
No.
Well, McNair went what, 3rd?
Eric McNair went 3rd. Yep.
Yeah, he went 3rd pick.
And he killed it.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it can happen,
but
it's very, very rare.
Yeah.
It's very
But
rare.
if enough brothers went there, what would happen was it would have a resurgence.
See, I don't know if the cameras will come. I don't know. The scouts might.
Yeah.
The scouts might come, but they're not showing up. You know what I'm saying? I don't think the media is showing up to Howard's gym.
But if they have, because they got a new guy, Josh Christopher, that is supposed to be touring Howard. If this guy, Josh Christopher, goes to Howard and he's dunking out the gym like a Zion, then, shoot, the media would have to show up because he's out there killing it.
Oh, so he'll.
They showed up for Aaron McNair.
They showed up for Aaron McNair. Aaron McNair was setting records. Here's the thing about it: you go to these schools and see Kalen Newton didn't set the world on fire.
No, he didn't, and he didn't do well.
Yeah.
And the other thing that happened, and like I said, I had to get to my sources to find out what it was. A lot of the parents were complaining about the coach, saying he was a bad guy. Now, when I first read it, I thought the parents sounded like some bitches. Bitch, he's too mean. He's too harsh. I called my people. They was like, nah, that dude really was. That dude really was no joke in a negative way. He was doing too much. Now, like I said, my sources ain't no pussy ass, punk ass niggas. These are some dudes that I respect. So when they say, nah, bruh, dude is not a good guy, I have to believe dude is not a good guy.
Probably isn't, but I'll say this. Every coach, I think every single coach has his core people. Coach is cool to us.
Yeah, but if the quarterback is not cool with the coach.
Well, I mean, I'll say this. I think that Kalen Newton, he graduated, he's getting his degree.
That's one thing we can give him.
He's getting his degree.
Getting his degree from Howard University, and he's got 2 more years. He's got
2 more years, and it's like, for me, it's like, if you're trying to improve your draft status, you know what I'm saying, you can stick around going like 2-10 in the MEAC, in that division, or you can try to play, you can go 2-10 at Duke or somewhere like that. You can, you know what I'm saying, the 2-10, the losing records and the mediocre records, they're not the same. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And if you're not going 12-0, 13-0, winning stuff, see, Steve McNair was kicking ass.
Yeah, yes, he was
at Alcorn State,
and he has some people around him.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, if the talent around you is not helping you, why stay? Now, we're asking a lot of this 21-year-old kid.
We asked him to be the HBCU savior.
Yeah,
and it's not fair to him.
It's not fair to him.
And I admit that I was doing that because I looked at it like he was quitting. Because for my own son, if my son wanted to transfer, I would not want him to want to transfer unless it was extreme, and this may be extreme enough for him. Props to him for not giving up because of getting his college degree. Props for him to saying, you know what? Because I was looking at him and Cecil like, come on, Cecil, you couldn't let your boy stay. But he's like, look, man, we got to look out for the Newton family. And he didn't say that, but that, they didn't diss Howard. They're saying, yo, thank you, Howard. You've been good to us. It's time to move on. And so speaking of time to move on, it is time for us to move on. Because when we come back, what do you do when your girlfriend's best friend is hating on you? We got a Dear Irby letter that addresses just that. You're listening to the MRA Podcast. Hey, if you're enjoying the podcast, do us a favor. Tell a friend. That's it. Costs you nothing, helps us out, and gives your friend some entertainment to make that commute a little easier, or gives them some company on a workout, or while they're cleaning the house, so it helps them out, helps everyone out. All right, so please subscribe, leave a positive comment, and share. Let's get into this Dear Irby letter.
Let us.
Dear Irby, I've been with my girl for about 10 years off and on. We are good. We get along great. We just had our first son, and I gotta say, we are pretty happy, but one of her buddies is always causing drama. I will be honest with you guys. I used to tap that. My girl knows all about it, nothing scandalous, but I don't like this woman. I think she still has feelings for me, guys, and she wants to break us up, for real. I try to tell my girl, and she says I'm being arrogant. I don't think I am. Her friend does not make passes at me, but she's always talking about me to my girl and bad to my girl about me. Nothing bad enough for conviction, but she's always seemed to hate on my girl to me like my girl is her annoying little sister. One time my girl left her underwear in the bathroom sink, and her friend tells me she's so nasty. Hater! She goes on to tell me that my girl used to pee in the bed when she came over for sleepovers back when they were in school. Then, once we were watching TV, my girl kept saying, I know that guy. When my girl stepped out of the room, her friend said, just so you know, when she says, I know that guy, she's talking in the biblical sense. Guys, this is straight hating. Am I wrong? My girl does not deny being with those guys in the past. Heck, I don't care. I have been with a lot of girls in my past too. She says her friend is not a hater because she does all this in front of her too, but I don't like it. What should I do, fellas? What can I do? I'm tired of this woman in our lives. Should I ask my girl to cut her off? Let me know, guys. Shane in Denver. Kamel?
Shane. Yeah, you got to ask your woman to cut this woman off. You got to get her out your life, man. She's toxic. She's toxic. You're right. She might not be hitting on you. She might not even want you back, but she probably doesn't want you to be with your girl. See, the thing about it is, man, and I don't know how long you used to tap that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Was it like a one night or was it a while?
Yeah.
And she might have felt like, man, you and her could have worked out, especially if she doesn't have anybody. And she looks at her friend as, why do you always got to have the good ones? This shit didn't work out with me and this guy, and now you're with them. I have to see you guys being all happy and lovey-dovey. So her just, might just be her natural emotion coming out. Like just hating, and she really can't help herself. She's not happy to see you guys together. You know what I'm saying? Let's say you guys get married and she asks her to be her bridesmaid and all that. I'm pretty sure a lot of shit's going to come out on that day. She's not going to want to do that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, get rid of her, man, because here's the thing about it. In my opinion, she's trying to break you guys up. Or she's trying to get you to look at your wife, your girl differently, and vice versa. She's trying to cause, definitely causing some dissent, right? And so here's the thing about it. This shit ain't working so far. So what she's probably going to start doing is ramping this shit up. Just keep ramping it up until it becomes a major problem. I say nip that shit in the bud right now before it gets to be a problem. Before she says some shit about when you and her together, we're together. She started mentioning shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Embarrassing shit. I don't know. But still, man, I would say if you want to be with your girl and you despise this woman, yeah, man, she got to go, man. Like going back to Dwayne, like a hill worth dying over. This shit's a hill worth dying over, dog. Wow. As a matter of fact, I'll say this, and just so you don't seem like just some old, some mean ass, unbearable husband or boyfriend, I would phrase it that it's in our best interest. You and your girls, in order for us to grow, she has to be gone.
Come back, I'm gonna weigh in. Hey, what's up, y'all? If you like this show, you want to help us offset some of these costs, man, you feeling the need to donate, then do just that. Go to www.patreon.com and make a donation to the MRA Podcast. That is the MRA Podcast with Kyle and Kamal, and you can find us at Patreon. Or you can catch us in the street and just be like, hey, man, I love y'all. I want to bless you with some cash and put some dollars in our pocket. You can do that. Or you can hit us on Venmo. Find our names and just, bless us with dough on Venmo. Or you could pray for us. Do that too. But we prefer cash. Kamal, I see this a little bit differently than you, man.
Okay.
You cannot ask your girl to cut her friends off. That is a flag on the plate.
Flag on the plate.
Imagine if a woman said to cut your friends off. That would be a flag on the plate. If she's like, hey, you know what? Listen, man, Kamal's no good for us. I'd be like, what? Huh? I'm looking at you funny now.
If Kamal once hit your chick,
hilarious.
My girl, if you hit my chick at one point and you was over talking slick, she wouldn't even need to say nothing.
That's true.
Like, nigga, you gotta you gotta fall back on.
Yeah, you gotta fall back on that. Kamal, I can relate to the situation because, I've been with some of my girl's friends before, and I said some. One in particular, I've done that before. So I know what it's like, and she used to be a bit of an antagonist to us, right? But it's always a sticky situation, man, because you want to say, hey, man, your girl has reason to not like me. You know what I mean? Your girl is a hater. You want to do that, but she has to see it for herself. Now, what you said that I agree on is, because you said it's going to ramp up. If her intention is to break y'all up, this is just like a screenplay. Come on, we're both writers. And let me explain to the non-writers out there. A character has a goal, right? And then that character has obstacles to that goal. And they're going to keep on doing whatever it takes to get to that goal. So they'll try this. That didn't work. Okay, they'll try that. That didn't work. Now they're trying this big thing. Okay, that's some storytelling 101. So that's pretty much how it works. Now, if this woman's issue, if that really is her intention, it will show over time. And, people can't hide who they are. I always used to tell my students back in the day, if you think one of your friends is stealing from you, trust me, thieves steal. They won't just steal one thing. They'll keep their character will continue to show that's who they are. If you think somebody is a hater, they will continue to be a hater. President Trump, we don't try to get too political on this show, but President Trump is going to continue to have similar allegations, just like President Clinton had similar allegations. It's just going to keep coming out. And President Obama's going to have none. But that's not the point I'm having right now. They're just going to continue to come out. You know what I mean? And so that's just character, right? So I would, if I was you, Shane, go on record and tell your girl you're concerned. You got to go on record and say, you can't suppress. As men, we're always tempted to suppress.
This one needs to be said.
Say this, go on record and be like, look, let me tell you, I'm concerned about her. I'm not going to tell you because I know she was there for you at this time and, you needed her at this time. You guys are family. I'm not going to try to break up family, but I'm just going to tell you I'm concerned about this. You have to go on record and say it. And then you kind of sit back. Deep down, you're kind of hoping that you're right, but you also got to be willing to be wrong. That's the hard part. You got to let it go, release it. She may not want to give up on her friend. Sometimes you got to give up. Sometimes you got to not give up. Go ahead.
What about this? Go ahead. Not cut her friend off,
but
she can't come around me.
Boom. Well, because that's how I stopped. I just stopped going around there.
Yeah, because basically, if they're at home watching TV, I mean, the friend is in the house.
Yeah,
she's hanging out with him. She can't come around. You could talk to her all this stuff, but here's the thing about it: because she's saying shit to me about you, and I don't like that.
So why don't you tell her to stop?
Yeah, I'm saying she's not gonna say nothing. I mean, your girl. I mean, the
I'm
girl's like.
saying, I'm saying Shane's girl's gonna say. So why don't you tell her to stop? You know her.
Well, I know her biblically in the biblical sense.
Yeah, you know her, so tell her to stop. Like,
yeah, I just, what I'm saying, me personally, she just couldn't come around, man, because I think I sense where this is going, and her end game is to sow dissent. She might be wanting to get back with Shane, but she might just like.
I don't think she want to get back with Shane.
Yeah, I just don't want nobody happy.
She's just a miserable person.
Yeah.
I don't think she, and I'm projecting from people I know that have been in a situation because I've been with a girl who literally the drawers in the sink. I had a similar situation to that where the girl was just warning me that but it was new in the relationship. She was warning me like, oh, just so you know, that girl nasty.
And you smashed that one before?
The girl that was warning me, I had not smashed before. But she was warning me about the girl I was with because I had known the girl. And put it this way, I hooked up with this girl's friend. And so all three, this is back in the day, all three of them lived in the same house. So two of them were kind of hating on the one I was with. Now, I thought they was hating.
Let me tell you something, man. I'm cut from a different cloth. If I'm with my girl... if I'm with my homeboy and this girl, I'm my homeboy's wingman. I'm his biggest fucking advocate.
That's how it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So all that dissing when he walk out the house, you know that nigga shit stays in his
Nah, that's dirty macking.
That nigga is a stand-up guy.
Let me tell you something, man.
I have lied. I've looked women in the eye.
Yeah.
And lie for my homeboy.
No, you shouldn't have said that on the air. I'm going to have to cut that
off. Why?
Because I need you to lie for me.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. Listen, man. You know how some friends you have that you always shit on, for lack of a better term? He just always the butt of the jokes. I have to check myself because I got a buddy that is always, he's the dumb one in the crew, right? So we're always saying something stupid. So we always tease him for the dumb shit he says. And I had to flag myself because I went into the routine of shitting on him. And his wife was right there, and I was like, "Oh man, that's you entering into Dirty Mac territory. You got to praise your boy." And then once I called myself out, I stopped hating on my boy in front of his wife. Never hate on your boy, even if he's the butt of the joke in the crew.
I don't mind joking. If that's the person, that's the relationship, but I won't keep it 100.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's time to get real. My dude's a stand-up guy. 'Cause I remember my friend. Shit, one of Robbie's ex-girlfriends was always pissed off. And Robbie.
Didn't mean to hit you with that one.
Hit me.
Sorry.
But his girl would just be like letting him have it. And then he walk out and she talking to me about him. I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. That ain't the nigga I see.
But he wasn't, and you saw that, right? Of course.
That ain't the nigga I know. My nigga's a stand-up guy.
If you guys have a Dear Irby letter, send us an email at dearirby@themrapodcast.com. That is dearirby@themrapodcast.com. Where can we find you?
On Twitter at Angry Kamal.
I am on Twitter as well, and Instagram and Facebook, all social media at Kyle Irby. At the MRA Podcast is where you can find us on all social media as well. My website, KyleIrby.com, is where you can see a lot of my commercials, a lot of my comedy videos. The MRAPodcast.com is where you can go and you can catch up to every episode we've ever done. We got them all right there. All 62 are on the MRApodcast.com. If we talked about, we talked about in the early episode like we did today, go back and you can listen to them all. You can catch up. But if you ever fall behind on episodes, because we do that sometimes, catch the newest episode. You ain't gotta go back to where you left off.
Yeah.
Catch the newest episode, catch up on your spare time. That's how it works. Before I go, man, we're gonna peace out, but your wife called me out on my lack of piano. I had to get back on it. My sister as well. You know, the women always keep you straight, especially black women. Black women let you know. Chris Spencer has a great joke about how black women, you need a black woman in your life because they will always tell you the shit that you didn't know. It's a black woman that's going to tell you about your lazy eye. You probably didn't even know you had a lazy eye. You didn't realize it until a sister tells you.
Oh my gosh, my black woman tells me all the shit that I don't want to know.
Yeah, well, that comes to the territory.
Yeah.
So check it out. Yeah, we're going to get back on this piano, but ladies, we love you. Fellas, be a man at all times.
Deuces.
MRA.